So in this video we are going to be creating an Instagram carousel. Carousel allows you to upload up to 10 posts at a time on your social media, especially Instagram. Let's be specific. And aside Instagram, you can also use your carousel to run your Facebook advert time. So you can use about 10 slides to sell a product or to sell 10 products, depending on what you want to achieve. Now, I'm sorry that I've created this template before we started the class. This template is actually meant for one of my most engaging Instagram follower, Geneva Wright. I promised to give her this template so that she can continually use for our Instagram post. Now, she has been talking about the pros and cons of traditional publishing for a while now, and she has been sharing a lot of information on her page. We are going to be replicating everything she said on each slide, just the way she said it. We are going to be replicating that, just that we are going to be designing it differently in this video. So let's get started, guys. So for you to get started, just go to your create design, select Instagram post, which is your 1080 by 1080 dimension. All right, and then you'll be on this workspace. When you get here, just go to your photo and look for gray or dark gray texture, any texture of your choice. You can even use a black texture, but I've noticed that she uses more of gray hash color kind of background for her post, so I am going to be using this particular one. So here she wrote traditional publishing, trade-offs and drawbacks, path 3. All right, so we are now going to begin. So you want to bring in your text box, and we are going to be using Lee Gothic. I noticed that she's been using fonts like this, so we also are going to make sure we stick to our brand style, which is very, very important. So she wrote trade-offs and drawbacks. Okay, that's what she wrote. So you want to come here and you want to reduce the line space, which is one of the mistakes she made when creating her content. So trade-offs and drawbacks. When it comes to carousel, you see your first page is vital. It can either lure people to check out your post, or it can send them away. I recently posted something on my Instagram page. You guys can check it out. I said, stop that advert now. And a lot of people got confused because they were wondering like, what does she mean and everything. And it lured people into checking out that post. So the next thing she wrote was, she wrote something on traditional publishing. I am not going to be using the same font the way she did. Instead, I'm going to be changing my font. Okay, traditional publishing. Okay, traditional publishing. So I'm just going to place this here first, and then the next thing she did was she said part 3. So we are not going to be doing it the way she did it, because we have to make it professional. That is why we are using this in the class. So I'm going to change the fonts. I'm going to make sure that we work with free fonts to look at this. Okay, I like this part 3, and she uses yellow. I think yellow is part of our brand color, so we are also going to be using yellow. And this is part 3, and I'm going to change this from Century Gothic because I actually uploaded this by myself. It is not available on Canva. Okay, so let's try Sanchez. Okay, so let's stick to Sanchez. All right, let's stick to Sanchez, and let's work on this. Let's give it some effect. So we give it shadow. We change the shadow to black. We want to make sure that it's popping properly. Okay, so now that we are done with that, I want to look for the best image to use. So we are going to come to photos, woman reading. Okay, so guys, this is a nice picture. So I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to flip it horizontally. As you can see, guys, perfect. So we are going to place it to make sure that it's blending, and I'm just going to increase this a little bit. a little bit more. Okay, note that if you want to run carousel ads, you have to be mindful of how big you make your images or your fonts look on your carousel, because it can lead to your ad not being approved. We are going to set it a little bit. Let's take it in a little bit. Yeah, as you can see now, it's popping out better. So let's make it 1. Our offset should be 1. Okay, and then we need to blur. All right, transparency, we take it back a little bit. We don't want it looking too obvious. Okay, so we change the angle to a little bit. The next page, also note guys, I really do not use this method in creating most of my carousel. All right, I only use this method if my carousel is just going to be about 3-4 slides. But if my carousel is going to be 10 slides, all those dramatic carousel you see on my page, there's another method. So if you pay for my Canva class, you learn that method. All right, so let me quickly type, guys. So I finished typing for the second page. Okay, finish typing for the second page, and we're going to have to change the font. What's the name? No, we have to look for something else. So let's see. Roboto is good. Let's make it bold. So we are going to be using Roboto for the body of the content itself. So let's make this yellow. But I think a lighter shade of yellow should do better than this shade. So I'll just make my yellow a little bit lighter. Perfect. Okay, so always make sure that everything is aligned. I keep saying that, guys. It's very important. It is what differentiates you between a pro designer and a quack. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to come to elements. I want to see if I could get 3D cartoon of a book. We have this, so we have a lot, you can see. So I'm just going to be bringing this in, right? So we are good with that page. So let's go to the third page. Okay, so the next page has the title. The title is the trade-offs. This is not the exact way she did it, but we are here to correct the wrongs, right guys? So let's do that. So we're going to give it shadow. We're going to take it to number 1 or 2. Let's make it black. Okay, direction, and I just want transparency. I'm not going to be doing blurring because I want this obvious, really obvious. So I'm just going to type everything she wrote on this particular page on our carousel content. Now that we are done with typing the content of this particular page, we are just going to be doing a little bit of arrangement here. Okay, so we come to element. I'm just going to bring this here to the middle. All right, and to do this, I'm just going to copy and paste and edit. So we have the drawbacks. I'm going to place this properly. and we are going to change this image. So let's just look for a nice image. So this is like, I'm going to be using this because this is the serious part. You have to read this part so that you'll be able to make the right decision. If you decide to write a book, you have to make sure that you do your due diligence on how you want to publish your book. Just going to copy and paste. And she said something extra. So instead of writing it the way she writes it, we'll do extra, right? And I am going to bring in another text box and write something. So I'm just going to look for use this. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and so this one we change it to white. All right, you can see it now. Okay. Okay, so we are going to go back to photos, and I'm going to see if I can get image of somebody reading. So let's do this. Now I'm going to take this, and we are going to be repeating the same process. So we're going to use her here. Okay, so the last slide should always have call to action. In our case, she used a mobile presentation of our Instagram page, which is this. I screenshot our Instagram page, and so I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to type phone. So you have this white. So I'm just going to, not normally I have a different way of designing a phone mock-up, but this is the easiest way. This is the easiest way to just go about it. Trying to do my own work as a content creator, right? So it's a question. I need to add a question mark. All right, so I'm going to make this bold. How will you be publishing your next book? It's a question just to drive engagement on our page, and I'm going to say meet me in the comment section. Okay, and this I'm going to be giving effect. I'm going to be giving it a background. I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to turn the font color to black. All right, meet me in the comment section. Now let's go to the aspect where she added turn on post notification and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be writing them in Word, just going to be looking for Instagram notification. Okay, so this Instagram notification. All right, and let's look for comments. This is Instagram comments, right? So what else? Let's look for share. This is Instagram share. The information is what sharing, right? Share, and this is save. So I'm just bringing everything together, and then we'll rearrange later. This is save, and I think that is that. So what I'm basically going to be doing is, if you notice, I have this here already, tag, follow, and stuff like that, but I'm still just going to add it here just to make sure it is visible for people to see easily. Okay, just to make it visible. All right, so in this case I'm just going to reduce it a little bit, and I'm going to be arranging it like this. Okay, if you notice, I'm giving enough space. All right, so we can even decide to get a bit further by adding, you know, text in front. So we say turn on your notification. Okay, so we are going to change the font to Roboto, but we are not going to bold in it. We don't need to bold it, right? So we're just going to be changing it to Roboto. Yeah. So the next we want to do is we want to make it white, and you can decide to even make it yellow. I think it's not bad. All right, so let's just make it yellow. Okay, yellow. And here we are, guys. So you have all the information. You see how I represented some of the carousel pages with, you know, 3D images of books instead of using normal person image. And then I decided to twist it around at this point to add the image of somebody reading. All right, and you can see the way I arranged the fonts, making it all look good and everything. And then the last page, I decided to go against what she actually had on her page to make it more different and beautiful and also engaging. Okay, engaging, that's the essence of you creating a carousel. All right, so this is going to be the end of this video. All right, see you later, guys.